Welcome to the place where the Formula One World Championship began back in 1950. It's Silverstone, Friday morning here in Great Britain, and that means it's time for practice. We should expect to see some very large crowds here this weekend, as we do every year at the British Grand Prix. It's a popular racing circuit, it has huge fan support, and is well liked by the drivers and teams.
Many of the teams are based in Britain, and so Silverstone is their home race. It's one of the most historic circuits on the F1 calendar, and one that all the teams enjoy racing at.
Not only is Silverstone one of the oldest circuits in the Formula One World Championship, but it's also home to some of the most iconic corners, and none more so than Maggots and Beckett's. This is a high-speed sequence of left, right, left, tightening corners that lead into Chapel, and then of course the long hanger straight.
The high speeds of this sequence demands extreme skill and precision from the driver. Getting this wrong will affect the momentum all the way down the hanger straight, which is also a DRS zone.
What's up, guys, and welcome back to F1 2015. Today we're in Silverstone for the Silverstone Grand Prix. We're going to go ahead now and see what we pulled out of practice with the new settings that I have put on the car and on the controller. Let's go ahead and head right into practice. Let's go. Alright, now we're in practice. As always, guys, first guy on the track, so fastest lap time. You know how we roll if you watched the series before. That's how we always do it. That's how we always like to do it. But yeah, as I was talking about before, I actually did put new settings on the car and put new settings on the actual controller. It actually makes it a little bit harder for myself in terms of controls. As you can see there, I'm going a little bit off the tracks here. You're gonna have to bear with me for the video here, but we actually don't do too bad, I'll tell you that right now, so you can rest easy. We don't do too terrible, but it is a big adjustment, but it actually makes the game a lot more fun. My heart is always racing while we play this game now, and because of the understeer, because I have to actually be careful a lot more now, but it makes it so much more fun for me to play, and I hope that shows in my voice here. I hope the excitement shows my voice. I'm still loving this game so much, and as you can see now, we've actually moved into P3 on practice. The weather actually doesn't look too good, but it is clearing up as we go along here. As you can see, lap 4, the weather looks like it's going to hold off, so let's hope it does. I really do hope it does, because racing in the rain is extremely hard for me. It makes everything harder for everybody else too, and the race is a lot slower, so it takes a lot longer to do. But here we go. We are in P6 on lap 4, though. It's not too bad. Like I said, I'm not going to try and push the car right now. I'm not going to try to do anything crazy, try to pull any crazy move on anybody. We're just going to try to save the car as much as we possibly can for qualifying and then later on for the race. We don't want to make the same mistake last time and having to pit the first lap. That was absolutely terrible, and that actually gave us the worst luck possible. So we don't want that to happen at all to us. We just want a completely fluent car to run the way we do. But we are in position 5 on lap 10 at the end of practice here. Not too bad, nothing to complain about. As I said, I had to save the car, so we didn't push it too much. Let's head into qualifying.
It's been a productive day for Kimi Räikkönen. He's managed to get P1 in today's practice session. Welcome to this afternoon's qualifying session here at Silverstone for the British Grand Prix. It's going to be an exciting afternoon as the teams battle it out for the prize of pole. Silverstone is steeped in racing history, and we can definitely say that every track position will be hotly contested in the next few minutes.
Over the last few years, there's been a range of winners from Mercedes, Red Bull and Ferrari, and I think those are the teams we need to look out for again in today's qualifying session.
Alright, here we go, guys. We are in lap 1 of qualifying. We are going to be the fastest lap. As always, you know how it works. We are going to be the fastest lap because we're the first guy out on the track. But we are actually going to fall down a little bit because these guys are fast. These guys like Vettel and Raikkonen do actually enjoy this track quite well, and they do actually do quite well. But we're only lap 2. Like I said again, we're still going to try to conserve the car while trying to get a consistent lap time. Always keeping an eye on those temperatures. Always keeping an eye on the damage. Because I don't want to make the same mistake I did last time. That mistake last time was really disappointing. But now we've actually made ourselves into P3. Getting a little bit held up by Perez there. Trying not to collide with him. Easily passing him, though, going on his inside. He's moving over for us, too. But position 3 on lap 3, that is pretty good. I have nothing much to complain about there. That's pole position for me. That's a good start for me. A good qualifying position is a good race start to me. So lap 4, still the same thing. I think we managed to improve the time very slightly, not by too much. We actually haven't been able to move too much in terms of time because Rosberg and Raikkonen are absolutely killing it this race. We're going to pass that guy there. We're just going to go right over him. I didn't actually catch his name there, but I believe it's from the Lotus team, so we just passed him. He moved over as well. And And then I think we're coming up on one of the Marussia teams, but I don't think he gives us too much trouble there. Lap 6, position 3 still. We did actually pit, like I said, to preserve the car and to make sure that everything is still good. So we're still going to roll with it. We're still going to go see now if we can do anything into the race. So let's go ahead right now and head over to the race.
Fantastic qualifying result from Nico Rosberg, and a performance which should see him targeting now a race win tomorrow.
Definitely. He really has pushed himself and the car to the limits today, and he was duly rewarded. It was such a wonderful result.
Hello and welcome to the British Grand Prix here at Silverstone. The grandstands are packed, the cars have made their way to the grid, and we're minutes away from lights out. One man on a roll at the moment is Nico Rosberg. He could pretty much cruise to pole position yesterday, such was his performance advantage. Barring any mechanical problems, he's in a really strong position now for the race.
When we spoke to him earlier, he felt that this was a great opportunity to go on and win, but he knows he still has plenty of work to do. Anything can happen in the race, so you have to keep your feet on the ground until you take the checkered flag.
It's been a really disappointing season so far for Red Bull. They aren't getting the points that they believe the car is worthy of.
After such a successful run, things certainly aren't going so well now. However, facing a bit of adversity often brings out the best in a team of people that are used to winning. It would be interesting to see if Red Bull can respond.
All right, here we are, guys. We are on the starting track here at Silverstone. So we're gonna go ahead now and rev right up to 5 lights, and we're gonna see, and it's a rainy Silverstone, so it is gonna be a little bit more hard, but this is always the most interesting part of the race. So let's go ahead and see what we do. We're right in front, right beside Raikkonen, so he looks like he had a little bit of trouble at the start, and we had actually an excellent start, so we're gonna try right now and take him on the outside, which we actually are able to do. And look at Rosberg, he's taken off like an absolute rocket. He's gone. He is not taking any chances with anybody this race. Even knowing it's raining, he does not care. He's gone. He's going to bolt off. He's just going to take that gap right away. He had an excellent start. A much better start than we were able to get, unfortunately. But look at him. He is absolutely flying with his car. I don't know what he did to it to make it go that fast, but they didn't tell me. And I really wish they had, because look at him. He is absolutely flying through the track, taking every corner the best he can. And it's only lap 1. He's racing as if it's the last lap, and maybe that's going to benefit him. We'll see how that turns out for him later on in the race. We'll see if he actually ends up staying in that position or not. We'll see if anybody else decides that they're going to run it like they own this track, like Rosberg is doing. He's absolutely creating a gap, and we are kind of creating a gap between Raikkonen and I think it's Vettel who's behind Raikkonen. Can't really see. You did see that when I looked back there, but just keeping a close eye on him, making sure that he's not trying to make any too early moves. I know that the tires aren't warmed up. I don't have as much maneuverability as you can see there. I'm sliding a little bit on the corner, a little bit of a drift, a little bit of the back end wheel spin. So if I put too much acceleration, my entire back end is gonna completely come out in front of me, and we don't want that to happen, especially not in the type of position that we are in, because that can actually cost us the race. So that's what I'm trying to be careful of right now, is just trying to watch that wheel spin, trying to watch that oversteer or that understeer. As you can see right there, and just trying to follow Rosberg as closely as you possibly can, but there is absolutely no chance of me catching him in this kind of conditions, because I am not the best racer in rainy conditions, and also he does not want to lose this race, and it is apparent by the way he's racing. He is absolutely gunning his car to the maximum. We're always keeping an eye on this temperature, though. I really want to keep an eye on the engine, because I'm going to need to run in some lean. I'm pretty sure if I have any chance at catching Rosberg, that would be what I had to do, but we're not going to even bother doing that because it's only lap 4. Lap 4 here. We're just kind of going as well as we can. A little bit of pressure now from the 2 Ferrari guys. Raikkonen is going on my outside. We're going to try, he's going on my inside, so we're going to try and run the outside line and just kind of push past him as best we can. You could see in the mirror, I don't know if you could see that, but my back wheel came so close to his front wheel. Then there again, I don't know if we hit him, because he actually dropped back quite a bit. I think that was just him braking and making sure he doesn't hit me. But one tire is for some reason very worn and very hot compared to the others, which is kind of strange. I don't know why that happened. I must have braked too hard on one side or something like that. But again, we're still under a lot of pressure from Vettel and Raikkonen. They're right up each other's bumpers and also right up mine. Vettel's going to go ahead and go on the inside again on the same corner, but we're going to do the same thing we did to defend the position last time, and that's just go around him. pretty much he has to go slower, because on this turn we turn to the right, so I have the inside advantage there. That was kind of how I was going to defend it. I was trying to defend it, even though I had to hold them back a little bit. I was trying to defend it until we got to the pit. Here he comes again with full force. He has no TRS, thankfully for us, otherwise he would have probably been able to secure that position a lot better than he did. So there he goes again with that overtake, and we actually do connect wheels with him just a little bit. You can hear the rubber burning, but not as much as he kind of pulled off right away as soon as he saw that I was kind of having trouble controlling the car. I actually did slide into him a little bit. I felt the controls kind of leave my hands for a second there, and so here we go on lap 7. We're still good. We're still going good. We're still in lap 2, but Vettel and Raikkonen are still right on my gearbox. They're still right behind me, following me as closely as they possibly can. I cannot seem to get a gap for some reason between these two. These two are right on me, and they will not let up. They are absolutely relentless through this entire race, I think. And look, there you go. Vettel's trying to make another move, but I'm defending it quite well. This is actually probably the best defense you might actually see out of me. I'm defending it quite well, making sure he's not getting too much, and also making sure not to come up on him or down on him while he's trying to pass me. But we're taking the corners quite well. Lap 8, we're not even close to the end of the race, and we're already under a lot of pressure, and we're already sliding quite a bit in these conditions, so the track is quite wet right now. And here he goes. He's going to try again, but we don't see him. We can see his bumper a little bit. He actually does succeed with the overtake on the same corner. It seems like he's trying to get me on those corners, but I keep getting the inside on him. So we're gonna go ahead now and pit, and I think they are gonna pit as well, so that's not going to affect us too much. We are gonna lose position to the guys behind us, but that will easily be recovered. So we need a fast pit. That is what we need right now, because if we have a slower pit than Vettel or Raikkonen, they're actually gonna get that position that we've been trying so hard to defend for the past 9 laps. So let's hope. We can see them flying in. We've actually got out before them, and it looks like Vettel's taking a little bit longer than usual. We're probably just waiting for what looks to be Ricardo to get out of the pit, which actually has held him back a little bit. So hopefully Ricardo actually is able to hold him up for me and allow me to create a gap on both of them. So let's hope we can get lucky here. Let's see, we're probably going to be racing right out of the pit now with Ricardo. He looks like he has some speed too in him. So we're going to see if he actually is able to catch me. We are going to have to get heat into the tires ASAP because we don't have much grip, and the rain does not help us at all. So we're trying to get grip now, just gliding everywhere as we come out, trying to adjust the throttle just to make sure that I'm not putting too much throttle on anything. And you can see there the back is coming out almost in front of me. I'm trying to really hard, struggling with the control, and here we go. Looks like Ricardo's going to try to make the same move that Vettel tried to make, but it's not going to work because I know how to defend it. Just go on the outside, and then on this turn right here, we're going to get the inside on him, but he actually decides to fall back and abandon his move. So we're doing quite a good job on defending him, and that's pretty good. So we're going to see if we can do anything else, if we can actually create a gap, because he's really close. And it's only lap 9. We're still under immense pressure, which is actually making the game really fun for me. And now on lap 10, we've actually managed to catch up to Bottas right out of the pits. The 2 people behind me, I believe, had to pit again, which is why we've actually just passed Bottas quite easily, surprisingly easily for somebody who was in 3rd place. I was quite surprised at that. So we actually managed to get that position right now. We're going to pit here for the 2nd time. We're in 3rd place. We are quite close to Raikkonen there, but I didn't want to take a chance like at the same time, like what happened last time. I didn't want to take no chances and, you know, try and pretty much pursue him and have a tire puncture or anything like that, because you see they're getting pretty worn there. So we're going to drop down to position 7, it looks like, see if we get any more. Probably just position 7, but you can see guys are coming up, so we're going to be racing right out of the pit again. This track really keeps you racing right out of the pit. Everybody is so closely knit. I haven't actually been able to get a gap on the entire pack at all. So position 8 now. We're going to try and see if we can make up any of this time coming out of the pit. It's really intense and really suspenseful when you're in the pits and you see people coming. You just want to get out of these pits and you just want to go as fast as you possibly can because you don't want to lose much position. But yeah, we've actually managed to pass a bunch of people in the pits again. There's Kvyat. We've no problem passing him, going to his outside. We actually hit him. I don't know if he came down on me or I went up on him, but our back tires collided. But he's still okay. No damage to his car, no damage to mine. We're fine. We've avoided that collision quite well. Like I said, I don't know whose fault that was. It probably was mine. I think I felt myself go a little bit too far up on him there, but Thank God it didn't cost us anything or him anything. Now we're in position 7 behind Massa. We are going to go ahead and dive bomb him on the inside so he can't get the inside on this corner, which he does a little bit, but we actually have more momentum out on the outside, and he actually decides that he's probably going to fall back now as to not try to hit me or anything like that. I'm pretty sure that's what he was trying to do there. So we actually managed to pass him. Again, that one tire is more warm, but I'm pretty sure, as you saw right there, we went over the track a little bit. He's trying to get my inside now, Massa, but he fails at doing so because I kind of squeezed him out during the corner. I'm defending my position super well in this race. I'm actually quite proud of how well my defense is going. I don't know if I'm supposed to be defending it when I'm actually going that slow, or not that slow, but taking the turns kind of iffy because of the rain and everything like that. But you can see that the AIs at some points are also struggling with some rain issues, so that's good to note, and that's good to know that I'm not the only one. Now he's going to come on my outside again. We're going to take the inside line on Massa. Yeah, it is Massa. We're going to take the inside line on him and then go on the outside again. Give him as much racing room as possible. I don't want to hit him, but I also want to try to defend my position. So he's going to come in a little bit of contact now. We're going to race side by side, going 2 into this corner. We're going to fall behind him. He's actually managed to... That maneuver was actually successful, and he's actually managed to overtake me. We actually do bump him a little bit, not trying to move him out of the way, but he's actually slowing down way too much than I usually do in that corner, and I wasn't expecting him to do that, but he actually decides to pit there, and so now we're going to gain position 2 back from passing people in the pits once again, because we do pit quite early for that reason. That's why we are now behind Rosberg, who is still flying. He is still a rocket out there. I don't know if he's dealing with any tire wear at all, and if he is, he's dealing with it like a champ. Here we go now. We're into the 3rd pit stop of the race. 3rd, and I believe the last pit stop of the race, so this is going to be the most important one. We only have about 5 laps left to go, so we're going to be racing on the options, I believe these are, and we're going to see, and now we have to race, and this, look at this, if you can see here, you can see Vettel, he's coming right up on me. He's going to get this position if I can't, and the pit stop unfortunately wasn't fast enough. We weren't actually able to get out of the pit stop fast enough, so now we've actually fallen back behind Bottas. This is pretty bad luck if you ask me. I managed to get past all of them when they were in the pits, and they passed me back just barely though. I believe Bottas is maybe 3 seconds ahead of me at this time. He actually does, I think, maybe improve that to maybe about 5 seconds. It drops and it varies between them. So now we're going to come up on, I believe this is one of the, yeah, it's one of the, I don't know what you call it, I forget what their racing team is, but anyways, one of the slower guys on their way to try. We're actually running in the rich fuel mode just to try, because we're kind of catching Bottas. Try to get that pole position at least to get where we qualified, because we are 1 behind because of an unlucky pit stop. I really wish I could have created more gap going into that pit so that I could have maybe raced and had a chance at actually racing Bottas a little bit more, because he's pretty much on par with my pace. Like, I couldn't gain any time on him, and he couldn't actually create too much of a gap on me. There you go. There you have it. You see, it looks like Rosberg has won the race once again. Another win for Rosberg. He's doing incredibly well this season. He had an incredibly good race. I believe he was in first probably the entire race of that. We're just changing views there for some reason. Just to maybe try to get a better outlook on something. I don't know what I was trying to do there, but going wide now. I'm just kind of trying to catch Bottas. Just a last effort on the 26th lap just to see if we can maybe do anything, but it looks like we're going to be stuck with position 4. A little bit disappointing, but not too bad. You can't win them all. That's just how F1 goes. And yep, there you have it, guys. That was Silverstone.
Another great drive from Nico Rosberg sees the German bring his Mercedes home in first place to claim yet another win.
Sometimes a driver just feels comfortable in the car and is dialed into the track, making for an unbeatable combination.
After all that excitement, it's time for a lie down, I think. Thanks for joining us, and goodbye until the next race.
Alright guys, there you have it. That was Silverstone. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I really hope you enjoyed this series. It's been 9 episodes in now, and it's been an absolute blast to do the work that I've been doing, and I put a lot of work into these videos, and I appreciate every single piece of support I get, every single sub I get, every single like I get, every single comment I get. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.